Most of the Montessori classes, we talk about normalization, and we talk that we have normal children, and that's a process. And we don't have classes like that the first day.
It takes weeks for those children to start to become normalized, to start to be able to come in and go to work, to get themselves focused, to choose something to work with. It's a psychological phenomenon that happens as that child comes to a shelf and makes a choice to connect with something, and then to work with it, and then to disconnect from it.
I think if you're starting a program, you have to start from the bottom, bubbling your way up. Start with your 3s, work up to 3s and 4s, and work that way. Your multi-age classrooms are going to work because you have older children who are models, and you have younger children who are coming in that way. Montessori, it's a very scaffolded curriculum. What the 4-year-olds do is built on what you learned in your first year, and what the 5-year-olds learn is what they learned when they were 4 and they were 3, and everything builds on the previous structures. It takes some children who are normalized already in a classroom to normalize a class. So if you take an entire class of brand new students in, there's no established class. The whole entire group needs to come together, and that's harder to do when you're bringing in all 3 levels at one time.
Working with practical life materials integrates the neurosystem so that the brain develops. It's the brain being in control of the hand that's the key. All of Montessori is about brain development. We have to have the tool that our brain controls to be able to explore the environment. If your hand doesn't work, you become frustrated with what you want to do, and then you don't want to do that anymore. It's really important to have those 3-year-olds that have gone through practical life, have gone through that physical development, that control and coordination, that learning to make a choice, learning to engage with a piece of material, and they're the core of your environment. It's key to have those children have the capabilities with the control and coordination that comes with practical life to be able to do anything else that happens in the environment. It's the control and coordination, both of your hands as well as the equilibrium of your body, that allow you to be successful with everything else that happens in life. And so that's why practical life is so important. Everything else is built upon and predicated upon success in practical life. And so we shouldn't forget how important that is. And practical life doesn't end at 4 years old, it continues forever. The children go back and take a simple practical life exercise when you're 5 years old. And now I'm looking at myself with perfection. I can pour perfectly now. It's a nice reminder of how much control and coordination you have. Look what I can do. And of course, we can add more difficulty to those processes, and we can do all kinds of things, but all under the guise of practical life. So we really should be realizing how important that is, not that we need to get through that so we can get to the real work. The real work is that construction of self.
Yeah! The sunflower is big.
Which one do you think is dead?
The sunflower.
Oh, I think you're right. Mom is going to come and we're going to plant it. Okay? So we're going to see what happens to that sunflower. Maybe it will find some roots and start growing again. I'm connected it with you one day.
Hey, Emma, you want to work on me? I want to work on me. So you want to work with me? You're being naughty to me. Really naughty, right? Oh, that's really naughty, right? What's going on? I picked Zoe.
Oh, and Zoe said yes.
What's going on here? Come. Yeah. Come on.
You can't do that.
Take the lesson. But I took this lesson.
At the beginning, you have to give many, many grace and courtesy lessons, telling the children, this is the way we work here. So they just need to find out, have information. You cannot ask anyone to be responsible if you do not have the information. Even I tell my students that to be responsible means to be able to respond, right? If you are asking me something that I'm not able to respond, you are putting me in a very difficult position because I cannot obey you. So if you want me to be responsible, you have to inform me. You have to show me how to do it first. So I will show all about the classroom. How do we work in this classroom? How do we sit? How do we walk? How do we move tables? How do we move chairs? How we take pencil? So everything I have to say how to do it. And then I let the children do it. And I move out. And I move out because then the children know it's their environment.
When they're with the cow horse,
My fingers, I'll give you a hand.
here. Put it here. And I went in. You can really write up here. It's really nice. I got the
Then you the map of the world?
Oh boy. See which one we want to go. No, we have to do our planet. We're going to allow our planet down here, right? So we only can do one our planet, right? Yeah. Wow, this our planet is the best. Yeah. So big and heavy. Yeah.
Oops, you forgot something.
Alright.
The more I show them, the more independent they are. And then the more independent they are more free to really show who they are and to show all the wonderful potentialities that they have.
But I saw you downstairs.
Time for us to put away your lesson. Check your chair. Come and sit down for a story.
Zoe, you have to fix something here.
Emma, maybe I won't even tell a story. Maybe we're going to tell a story. Excuse me. We can't fit over there. We're going to sit right here. We have a movable outfit up here. Odin, please come right up here. Odin.
Have the basket.
To my cousin's house, and I'm going again. Dear Nathan, what did you see? He said, I saw some cousins. Are those all your cousins? Just as nice as can be. I was walking down the street just the other day when I saw my friend Samaya along the way. I said, hey there, Samaya, where have you been? She said, I've been to the... I was walking down the street just the other day when I saw my friend Odin along the way. I said, hey there, Odin, where have you been? He said, I've been to the pool. And I'm going again. I said, dear Odin, what did you see? He said, I saw some water, just as nice as can be. I was walking down the street just the other day and I saw my friend Amara along, save it in your mind. Amara along the way. I said, hey there, Amara, where have you been? She said, I've been to the... Your baby's brother or sister?
My dog.
Oh, Your dog, I saw my dog, and he licked you. And just as nice as can be. You do have a nice dog. I was walking down the street just the other day when I saw my friend Emmett along the way. I said, hey there, Emmett, where have you been? He said, I've been to the... Anything you need to flush out your face? So the what? What? Okay. Do you remember what to do? What comes about that? The rescue box. Table drumming towel. And
Bumblebee
And going again, I said, dear Emmett, what did you see? He said, I saw some... What did you see?
rescue box. A baffle layer.
A rescue box and a...
Baffle layer.
Oh, I don't even know how to say that. That's a mouthful of letters. Was it nice? Was it just as nice as can be?
No, it was just
It was just
too expensive.
Oh, it was too expensive. It was still nice. Some money, right?
Yeah, I'm getting a long way. Long way.
I have. While I was walking down the street just the other day.